The TRS-80 couldn't be opened at all, making it a hobbyist computer only in the software sense. In addition, Radio Shack's and Commodore's insistence on supplying built-in monitors throttled the immediate expandability of the central board. Apple, in contrast, expected users to supply their own black and white or color television, a decision that was perhaps frustrating for consumers who wanted to purchase everything at once, but that ultimately allowed for more versatility in output. Also significant in Apple's slow ascent was its early-to-market introduction of floppy disk drives in 1978. Sporting significantly faster load times, floppy disks quickly replaced cassettes as the industry-standard storage medium for consumer software. While both of Apple's competitors also released floppy drives, Apple's was far cheaper and did not require the purchase of additional expansion interfaces to be installed onto the board. While the appeal of the cheaper systems played well with consumers circa 1977, Apple's more robust hardware design choices eventually pushed the system beyond its competitors. Yet, beyond the appeal to more novice users, many of the Apple II's features made the system attractive to an emerging class of hardware and software developers. Floppy disk functionality offered a new world of more complex programs versus cassette-based storage. High-res, color graphics were exciting options for budding game developers. And the 8 expansion slots, which Jobs initially resisted, wanting a more controlled user experience, made the Apple II the toy of choice for anyone who wanted to hot rod their hardware. Those expansion slots also made it easier for the Apple II to offer hardware workarounds for some of the system's initial limitations, like its inability to run the popular CP/M operating system or the short character width of its monitor and lack of lowercase letters. Third-party hardware and software developers also found Apple an unobtrusive platform partner. Unlike Radio Shack, which initially prevented third-party TRS-80 software from being distributed in its storefronts, Apple made no effort to limit the success of third-party developers. Over time, this produced a mutually reinforcing dynamic between consumers and developers. As more consumers were attracted to the Apple II because of its breadth of software, developers increasingly focused on that system in order to access the largest potential market, which would prove the source of the Apple II's remarkable longevity. Nothing about what the Apple II might do was preordained at its moment of invention, but what people finally did do with it, and how developers try to accommodate and then anticipate those desires, is the story that comes next. The story of how the computer became personal.